Hey, what's up everybody? This is Retro Extreme 79 back with my newest pickup video. It's been about 3 weeks or so since my last video, and in those 3 weeks I did get a few pieces. It's still kind of dry out there, but I'm slowly finding things, and as you could see, it's not a video game, but it's something I wanted to share with you guys. Growing up, I was a big Gumby fan, and I happened to find this Gumby video, and it says Goodwill for 49 cents, but I actually bought it at the Unique thrift store, and it was actually 99 cents, so don't let that fool you. I bought it for 99 cents, but I was a big Gumby fan growing up, and I know a lot of you retro gamers like myself remember Gumby and Pokey and everybody, so, and as I know it's a VHS, I still got my VCR actually, but I'm happy to find this for $1. Just takes me back to my childhood. So yeah, picked it up for $1. Next up, and I'm going to go in no random order because, like I said, this is 3 weeks of accumulation of pickups. But next up, at the Village Discount Outlet. Alright, Ren and Stimpy, right? I paid $3.98. So, and you know, the sad thing about this is that I actually opened up the case and it had the manual and the game, right? But when I got to the car and I was looking it over, I'm like, shit, it wasn't even the right game. And like I said, I opened up the case, but it was the wrong game. If you guys saw my last video, it happened to me with the DS game where I ended up getting Animal Crossing over Brain Age, which was a good thing. But in this case, you tell me if it was a good or bad thing. $3.98 for this. It had the manuals, you could see, but I did look at the game, but I didn't like pay attention to it for whatever reason. But it's actually Primal Rage. So you tell me, guys, is Primal Rage the better of the pickup over the Ren and Stimpy? You know, I'm not sure. I think actually Ren and Stimpy's worth a couple of bucks more, but I'm not sure which one is fun. This is actually kind of a fighting game, where this is kind of a adventure Mario type of game. So I don't know. Tell me, did I get the better deal with this or with Ren and Stimpy if I would have had it there? Still $3.98, not too bad. Next up, at Unique again, I picked up an NES game for $1.99. The lady actually marked it there for me because I had no price tag, but that was nice of her because normally at the other a Village, they don't sell unless they got a price tag. So $1.99 for this, that's a double. It's up for trade if anybody wants it. It is, of course, Baseball Stars. Label's got a little bit of rough damage, but not too bad. This is actually a fun baseball game, so happy to get that as well, Baseball Stars. And it is a double, but like I said, I have not been finding anything out in the wild too much, so I had to pick it up. Also, from Unique, for 99 cents, I picked up the Banjo-Kazooie, the Blockbuster exclusive, a VHS tape. I don't know, I never owned this game. I did have Banjo-Tooie at one point, but not Kazooie. So yeah, happy to have that. There you go. And for only 99 cents, again, not a bad deal at all. Alright, next up, I picked up at Unique again for 25% off, $3.99, whatever that came out to. I Spy Challenger for Game Boy Advance. Bunch of mini games, as you could see. But it is complete in box. Let me see. Okay, there's the manual, the insert, and of course, you kind of can hear the game rattling around in there. See it? There it is down there. Anyway, so yeah, this was 25% off, $3.99, so I'm happy to get that as well. Picked this up for $3.90, Sonic Riders for the original Xbox. This game's worth about $8, I believe, but yeah, $3.90, and I'm happy to actually add it to my little Xbox collection I got going on. I actually picked this up today for $2.98, if you could see it. It is for the Sega Master System, but I guess you can use it for the Genesis as well. The Sega Control Stick. And as you can see, it's got the Sega N right there. And yeah, I saw it there. I'm like, holy shit, this goes to the Master System. So for $2.98, you know, I had to pick it up. And I'm sure it works on the Sega Genesis as well. very cool. And the last thing I picked up out of all this stuff here, guys, probably my best find of the week or 3 weeks, but it's $12.99. Actually paid $14, $13 for it. It is Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time with the bonus disc, the Master Quest. I bought this from Reckless Records, actually. See, it's got the Wind Waker preview. It's got the manual there in the game. And that's my son running around for all you parents that are gamers. Gamers that are parents. But yeah, this is pretty cool, actually. It's got sneak peeks of all these games right here. You can see my reflection. The sun's starting to go down a little bit. It was a nice day today. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying my spring break right now. But yeah, I picked this game up right here for $12.99. Came out to $14.19 with tax from Reckless Records here in Chicago. So, yep, those are my pickups for the last 3 weeks, guys. Like I said, you know, not too much, but, you know, slowly but surely things are popping up again. A couple of quick things I do want to mention. Had a kind of a fucked up experience at Goodwill. I found a few Xbox games for $2 each. You know, normally they're empty. And, alright, I picked up 4 of the games. I think they were Brute Force, Soul Calibur 2, and a couple others. Took them to the counter, but I had a lot of shit on my mind. I got to the car and I was thinking, holy shit, she forgot to put the games in there. Went back to Goodwill, and she said, oh, well, we don't do that no more. You know, where they put the discs and behind the counter and then they put them in the case. She said now they just leave the case inside the game inside the case. And she said those are probably stolen. So I'm like, what the fuck? So when did this shit start happening? So I guess, I don't know, but the Goodwill I went to was in suburban Chicago, North Riverside. That really pissed me off. So if you go to North Riverside here in Chicago, just so you know, they told me the games were inside the case on the floor. So that's kind of fucked up, I think, you know. And because those 4 games were actually pretty decent. Like I said, it was Soul Calibur 2, Brute Force, and a couple others I can't think of. Okay, so that's one thing I want to get off my chest. That's pretty shitty. Another thing I want to get off my chest is that I went to one of my one of the Village Discount Outlet stores. I think it might have been where I bought this one, but I think they're starting to realize what some of the games are going for, because they sold me this for $3.90 like 2.5 weeks ago, right? So I went in today. They're marked $5.90 for mainly all sports games they had today for Xbox. I was like, what the fuck is this? So from $3.90 to like, you know, $5.90 for sports games, I think they're starting to realize what the games are starting to, you know, the value of game collecting, I guess. So I'm kind of disappointed. It's just making it a lot harder on collectors like myself. Anyways, guys, another quick thing. I finally hit 200 subs. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. It took a long time to get here. I'll try to figure out what I'm going to do for this 200 sub special. So if you're watching, please sub. I greatly appreciate it. I normally sub for sub. And comments are disabled. You know, the troll's still out there. Hopefully chokes on his own puke and, you know, goes away. Leaves all us gamers alone that work hard to collect and share these videos with you. So comments disabled. But if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And lastly, rest in peace to the Ultimate Warrior, one of my favorite WWE wrestlers of all time. Growing up, it was always him, Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage, and Andre the Giant. It's hard to believe that of all those 4 guys, only Hogan's alive now. It's just surreal, but I enjoyed watching him at WrestleMania, the Hall of Fame, and that kind of a eerie speech on Raw, like he knew something was wrong with him, and it's heartbreaking to say the least, but he was an inspiration, and I'm sure we'll always remember him, and a lot of people live by his mojo and his words. So rest in peace, Ultimate Warrior. That's enough rambling for now. Thank you for watching my videos. Please sub if you haven't done so. This has been Retro Extreme 79, guys. These are my pickups, and take care.